Trigger warning. The following content may discuss sensitive topics such as mental health, abuse, violence. Please proceed with caution and take care of yourself. If you feel uncomfortable, it's okay to step away.
I want to know why you're gaslighting women and you're controlling coercive behaviour. I want to know about that. That's what I want to know.
Get yourself all the information before you
No one cares about bitchy WhatsApp groups.
Ian, we've sorted that. It wasn't bitching. He said, little rat him, robbing old women. Rat. Fucking woman abusing dickhead.
Why did they just fucking do better? Like, Ian, think about your fucking wife, right?
Bitching about Shan. Right, Shan, if she wants to come up, she'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly what I said about Shan. I'll tell you. I told Shan to her face. I told Shan what I said.
Right, unless he's here, I'm not fucking talking because there's no point fucking bitching.
Yeah.
I'm watching Yellowstone and you're interrupting it.
Can I just say one thing about this group chat that we were in? Half of the people that was involved in what Ian was doing to them, there was only 2 people in that group chat that knew about Ian. So all the rest have come out.
Ian, you're a rat.
Since this is live, Ian, all the other people have come out. So Ian, you chat so much wham, you're unbelievable.
Chat shit.
Here we go. Tina, you're here. You were scared to be involved. You went into Alex's box and you said that you were scared to be in lives where I was.
Yeah, there was.
Right, so show me the conversation that made you scared.
No, I can show a picture that makes me...
No, a picture that you screenshot from... Right, so
don't show that to you.
I've got the screenshot from the live that picture was sent from, right? You show me the picture that you screenshot from Snapchat.
Yes, you did. Right? You had every right to.
Yeah, I've got it, and I've got...
How did you come across that picture?
You sent it.
You sent it me.
So how?
You sent it to me on Snapchat.
So Lexington sent Jade a picture of his dick 2 weeks ago. Right? So what?
Lexington got to do with this? Lexington has nothing to do with this.
It's the same situation.
Don't bring his name into it. You're a robbing rat. You robbed an old woman.
Oh, I'm a robbing rat. Oh my God. Right?
You abused women.
Do you understand the word taking a plea? So that's what you can come back to. It's not about fucking women.
My name's not Ian. My name
goes back to 10 years ago. Every time you know what? You're fucking full of shit.
Imagining all of
These
this.
people are full of shit.
Imagining all of this. You're going on about group chats and not once have you mentioned your poor partner who's been lied to and cheated on, and poor Shan, who's also been lied to and cheated on.
Women for fucking
You're talking about group chats like a little bitch that you are. Anyway, I have to go. Bye.
I beg he gets back up him. I don't know who he thinks he is.
He won't. It's a shithouse, Jade.
Shitbag, sending his little fucking willy picture to everyone. Oh, wouldn't be asked. What state of him?
Yeah, I've got threatening messages off him as well.
Imagine he called us brokies last week, but he's been robbing old women. Oh,
I know, yeah.
Brokey. Oh, Shan.
Hello.
Right, Shan.
I think what everybody has to realise in all of this, right, is that there has been multiple women that have came, right, and spoke to me personally and told me a lot of shit that he has done. And I think what people are fucking forgetting is that this man ruined my mental health to the point where I don't even know who the fuck I am anymore.
Right, listen, Shan,
I'm not,
I am sorry to you. I have all the apologies to you. I've got nothing to say.
Fuck, you tried to apologise. Get out.
Is that who we're talking about?
Who's just dropped him? What is the point in trying to get somebody to speak if all you're doing is muting him, blocking him, and shouting over him? We wanted a conversation. I don't get it. You don't get nothing out of anybody by just mad. It's mad.
No, fucking hell, Ian. You want to fucking...
Either dropped him because Shan just...
Oh, sorry, 2 seconds.
Oh, well done, Courtney. You fucked it up.
You blocked it. What the fuck is going on here?
Ian, I wanted to ask you about this. When you were seeing Shan, well, I can. Did your ex-wife know, or your partner? Did you have a partner at that time?
For the whole period of the time I was talking to Shan, right?
Yeah.
I was sleeping. I was sleeping. Right, I'll show you now. I'll show you.
You were basically single.
Right,
you were living a single life.
Right, listen, right. This is where this.
I'll tell you why I'm asking him, because I'm trying to get to the bottom of why.
So what you got to understand, right, is we live in France.
I'm trying to ask a question here.
I've not got
ask you a question.
Right,
I'm trying to ask you a question. And there's no point you carrying on if I can't ask the question and get the point over.
Right.
So I'm asking for a reason, right? So if you're with Shan and you're single, did she know you were single? Does your partner know you were single? If so, why would your partner be texting or talking to Shan after the effect to let her know that you're not single?
Right. So here's how it is, yeah. So this is where see this single bed here, right? This is where I've been sleeping for the past since Christmas. Right. This is my lad's. This is my son's wardrobe room. That's his wardrobe. That's where he gets his clothes from. There.
Yeah, and this still don't make it right.
Right. So no. It may not. It may not in your mind. It might not. Right. So
What?
in your it's right. When I leave, I get up in the morning, I go to work, I come back, I sleep, I spend time in the house, I come back and this is my bedroom, right? This is my relationship.
Yeah, but
So my partner sleeps and has slept for the past 3 months in that bedroom down the road, right?
Ian.
And I sleep here, right? This is how it is, right? So. And the reason why I'm here is because my partner told me it's over, it's finished.
Right, but it still doesn't make it right.
So no, it may not. It may not. And do you know what? Right?
You haven't answered the question.
Right. And listen, no, Chippy, right? I haven't denied that once. In my own personal life, this goes beyond. This goes beyond the app, right? That question goes beyond the app.
It's pointless. You're talking over me. It's pointless. It changes nothing. I'm asking you, right? And the question was, why is your wife then or partner messaging Shan to say that you're together? You're saying you're not. Why is she doing that?
Can I ask a quick question? Is your partner there now?
No.
In the house?
Yeah, she's asleep.
All right, fair enough.
Right. So here right now, right, is the same situation that it has been for fucking months, right? This is beyond TikTok. This has nothing to do with TikTok at all. It's got
why are you
fuck all to
bringing
do
this
with
on
it.
TikTok then?
Well, I haven't.
We're asking about the women who've come forward with the way you've treated them.
Right. The women that come forward, because half the women are full of shit.
Okay.
How are they when they've shown the messages?
Well, because we'll tell Tina. Tina for one is full of shit. Tell her to pull the messages up.
Well, Tina said she thought you were staying in the caravan.
Tina said. Tell her to pull the fucking messages up. The rest of them, I have held my hands up. I am owning my shit. I am suffering in my own fucking family life. I am losing my kids. I am losing my family, right? You don't need to tell me what the fuck I need to do, right? I have owned up to everything for the last 2 years. Everything that's been shown, I have said, yes, that's me, right? But Tina and a couple of others, right, are full of shit. Tell Tina right now to pull her message up. Otherwise, she is a fucking lying cunt.
Ian, they've shown the proof. They've shown the messages.
Show me Tina's messages.
Well, regardless if it's just Tina, but that's just one out of 11
regardless
women.
of Tina, right? I've owned up to all the other stuff. I've owned up to all of it. Right? Tina is a liar. Tina is there to try and jump on the bandwagon, try and make it look bad. She turned around and said in Alex's live the other day, she went, oh, yeah, and I'm also another person who I'm scared to go with other lads. I'm scared
Don't speak about Tina like that.
Right?
Don't you fucking dare.
Well, Tina's here. She can speak for herself.
I'm here, yeah. And I was. And I texted people to say that I was scared because I didn't want to go to the
Prove your
doctor.
messages.
Right, Ian, stop drinking.
Where was you
oh my
guys
God.
messaging
I've got
each
work
other?
in 4 hours, mate. Stop
Get them up,
thinking-
Tina.
Listen,
Get them
Tina. Oh my God. Wow.
Just quickly, where was you guys messaging each other?
This was on Snapchat. This was in October last year.
Have you
I
got
was in a live. Yeah. And
Go on.
someone,
Lie. Go on.
he said something to someone.
I did. Did I?
Yeah, let her
Sally,
speak.
speak,
Let
please.
her
I did.
speak.
Did Sally? Sally G said something about my.
Yeah. And you said open the picture, and she was too scared to open the picture. And I said,
Right, no, you weren't there that week.
And you
You
said
weren't there
something.
that week.
No.
You were only there
You
the
said
next
it was
week.
something about.
No.
Yeah.
Ian,
You were
let
only
her
there the
speak.
next week.
Honestly,
You
I'm
said
gonna-
it was something
Let her
about
speak.
carrots.
Oh,
And I
mate,
said,
you were
"All right,
there
then
a
send it
week
me."
later. Right, do you know what?
No, thank you.
Just let it.
I said send it.
Nobody in chat. Nobody in the live can understand anybody when you're talking over each other.
Right,
Well, that's
okay,
what he's
start
doing. He's
again then.
talking over to her so she don't get her fucking story
Yeah,
out.
I know
Yeah,
this is what he does all the time to everybody. I was
can see
in
it.
a box, in someone's box, and like he said the name now, Sally G. She said no, she's not opening it. I jumped into the box and I said, "What is all going on about?" When we were friends, and she went, "I'm not opening it." I went, "Ian, what is it?" And he goes, "It's a carrot or something like that." I went, "All right, then send it me." And it was his D. He went, "Rate it." And I was like, no, I just didn't want to. And he was, "Do you like it? Do you want to do something with it in December at the boxing?" And I was like, nah, this isn't fucking right. So I never messaged him again. I didn't go into any of his lives ever again. And I told one of my friends. And then this friend has told me that he's done it to someone else. And it's got further and further. More people are coming out. And this one, when we was at the boxing, he's touched up a girl's leg who was sat next to my 16-year-old child.
Yeah, which is what I wanted to get to that part as well.
She's gone to my son, my 16-year-old, asking for help. And even her mother said it to Foof on Alex Brigham's live. So, Ian, you just chat so much wham. No one is believing you. You're evil, you're horrible, and you're a narcissist.
So, I'm just asking, Randy, are you there?
Yeah, she's fine. I've just messaged her.
All right, okay.
But
Well, do you want to answer that allegation, Ian? About the boxing match?
Right, so it's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
Right, can someone mute Tina?
Yeah, just let him speak, please.
Yeah.
Can you answer about the allegation?
Right. So all of the, I'll start from the beginning, please, Chippy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Tina turned around. Tina's just said that like she was in this live, and Sally came in and she's seen this. Right. Let me tell you the real story. Yeah. And I'll speak to Sally myself, and I will get Sally to out here and tell her how fucking wrong she was. And if Sally doesn't tell me how wrong she was, Sally's a lying cunt as well, right? But this is me, right? I've got my mum's ashes in front of me, yeah? My mother, right, died in my arms, right? And that woman means the fucking most to me in this fucking world, yeah? And if I swear on her ashes, right, you best believe that it is the fucking truth.
Okay.
Right? So Tina's just turned around to me. Tina's just said, well, not to me because I went in the live, right? Tina's just said that she came into a live and she was like, "Oh, what's that? Bum, bum, bum." Oh, and I was like, "Oh, you need to see it. You want to see it. You want to see it. You want to see it." No, wrong, lies. Full on fucking lies. And it's a shame that fucking TikTok fucking screen records everything, right? Because I will be able to get hold of, because I've been told already that the person's got lives and got the recordings and stuff, right? So what happened was, the week before Tina seen my fucking penis, right, I was in a live with Crashly and with other people, and we were all having a laugh. And then Sally G started making a joke to me, and she was like, Ian, oh, you're probably gonna a little dick anyway. You're probably gonna only got a little fucking tallywhack and whatever, blah 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 blah. And I was like, right, don't out me like that. And bear in mind, right, we were all friends at this time. We were all really, really, really close friends, right? We weren't distant people, weirdos on the internet. We've been mates for fucking 8 or 9 months. Tina wasn't anything to do with that friendship, right? Tina was a newcomer to the friendship, right? Just a fucking thirsty person for DJ. That's it, done, right? So we all had a conversation. Sally was like, oh, you probably only got a little dick. You're probably going to... And I was like, don't help me like that, mate, because I will send you it. And she was like, I dare ya. So then I sent her it. Sent it. And then next thing, she came back on live. She had her comments. I'm not going to say what the comments were. She had her comments, and that was it. Done. Finished. No more conversation about it. Right. The next day, I sent her a message, and I was like, listen, and we'd had a few drinks. We'd all had a few drinks that night. I sent her a message the next day, and I was like, listen, I am so sorry for last night. I probably shouldn't have sent you that picture. I'm so sorry. I just was like, Ian, it's fine, don't worry. We were all pissed and we were all whatever. And then that was it, the end of it, done. No more further, no further fucking conversation apart from friendship.
Okay,
right?
All right. So you've answered that question.
No. Right. So the next week,
I don't know. You fucking know him. Don't know me, please. Don't know me.
So the next week,
I want to know about the fucking boxing match.
Right. Oh, so you want the box match?
Yeah, I want to know about the boxing match and this.
Right. Okay. Oh, so I shared. So I walked up to a person in the boxing match, right? So this story's gone on. This story's gone on about me speaking to somebody who's a little bit underage or might be 15 or whatever, right? I've been round the boxing match. I've been round the boxing. I've had a few drinks. I'm going round. I'm saying hello to people who are new, whatever. Obviously, it's TikTok. We don't know each other. Until someone says, "Oh, it's me," it's like, "Oh, fucking hell, didn't realise it was you." And then we have a little conversation and whatever. If you haven't been to a TikTok event before, you might not know, but eventually you get your feet under the table and you know who's who, unless the big creators.
But I didn't want a fucking essay. I want to know about the bastard incident.
So well, all right, mate, smart ass, right? So I goes over to where Bonnie Clip Queen and the rest of them are sitting. Went over to say hello to them, right? I walked over. I seen an older lady with a younger girl, and she was like, "Ian, is that you?" And I was like, "Yeah, who's that?" And she was like, "In my dungarees," and she was literally sat there in a pair of dungarees, and I was like, "In your fucking dungarees?" And then we had a laugh. We were sat there. We sat together, had a bit of a laugh and a joke, and then I sat next to the person who was sat next to her. I was drunk at the time. I wasn't looking properly, and then once I paid attention to who I was talking to, I turned and looked at her. I was like, "How old are you?" And she was like, "I'm 29 or 30, 29 or 30, no younger than that." And I was like, "Fucking hell, thank God for that." And she was like, "Why?" I was like, "Because," I said, "the way I've just been talking, probably been talking a little bit too crude for someone who's a bit younger than that." And she was like, how young do you think I was? I was like, "I was thinking you were like 25, 24 or whatever." I said, "Well, obviously I'm 39. I said, "I shouldn't be talking to somebody like of that age." And then that was it, done. They went on their own day, their own night. And then when the fight came off, we were talking just before the fight kicked off. I said, and I was talking to her, so, "Have you ever seen DG before?" She was like, "No." I said, and then he came out. I was talking to her a little bit then, and then I went round to and this is the funny thing, right? This is on camera, on the fucking films of the fight itself. I was round the other part of the ring. I rang Karma Kaz on WhatsApp on a video call throughout the entire end of the match. And JC was on there, JC, DG, fucking everyone.
Let's cut to the point. Did you get this girl to touch your private bits?
What girl?
No. This is a different girl. But my son is sat right next to me now, and she said when Ian said, "How old?"
So your son. So let me get this straight. Like your son.
My son.
This girl reached out for your son for
that
safety.
girl said, "I'm the same age as my son's age."
Right. So go and find. Right. Let me tell you something. Like your son's 16. Right.
Yes,
Go and get in touch with fucking In My Dungarees, right? And get her to come on here and tell her that her daughter is 16. Because I swear to fucking God right now, right? You're not going to do this to me because her daughter was fucking 30 years of age. With regardless of how she looked, right? No, you're full of shit.
No, that's what she said.
Right? No,
I wasn't there.
Shit. You're not going to spin this shit on me and make me look like some fucking kind of predator, right?
You are.
Right? Regardless of what someone looks like, right? Right? She's with I had a conversation. I had a conversation with her about her partner, right? So her partner is a little bit older than her. Is he a fucking paedophile as well? Because he's with somebody who's a year younger than her, but she looks fucking 15 or 16. Are you shitting me?
You're not listening to you. Listening to me. When you sat down next to my son and her, when you asked her how old she is,
that was before. That was before. Well before. Don't fucking talk shit. Just stop talking lies. Stop making lies.
How old's the daughter?
My son is 16. It was his birthday on that day.
Yeah, I'm aware. But you're still lying.
Hold on a minute. Ian, just 2 seconds. Just 2 seconds.
You're still fucking lying.
Who? The youngster that was supposedly inappropriately touched by Ian. Or
no, there wasn't a youngster.
Hold on. Hear me out.
There wasn't a youngster.
Hear me out. All right. So
this is another woman, Mr. Chipper.
Yeah, a woman the same age as me.
So the one that he's been accused of that was underage or of a young age.
I was accused of talking to.
No, people are saying you touched or you got.
Oh my God! Wow. Right, Tina, you better sort this shit out right now because I swear to God, right? I have got enough money, right? I've got enough money to fucking sue the fucking shit out of you for fucking all the shit you're accused of.
Hold on.
If this is somebody's daughter that were at the map, can they not confirm this daughter's age?
Right, hold on a second. Let's rewind a little bit because there seems to be two different females.
Don't worry as well, Ian.
Right, there's two different females here. There's one that got inappropriately touched, and there's one that's meant to be a young girl. Right, two different people, right?
The one that was apparently inappropriately touched, right, is the person who was bought 2 drinks at the bar. All over me, smothering all over me, right? And the moment we came out of the bar, there was about fucking 50 people coming in and out of the bar at the same time. And she already had hold of my hand. She was holding my hand, and I grabbed her hand and held it close to me, right? She never touched me anywhere. She just came close to touching me somewhere. And then she snapped her hand away. Because she maybe she thought whatever, but there were so many people around. Right? But that woman is a married woman who was talking about going to a bar going back to my hotel and spending the night with me. But never mind. Never mind. If you're gonna come out with the truth, right? Let's come out with the real truth. Yeah. The reason why that woman left you behind and went back to her own drinks, right? She left you when you went back over to the ring. She stayed with me for 2 more drinks and started having a conversation with me about going back to my own fucking to my hotel.
I left her to go.
Are you going to tell me that's a lie?
No,
Are you going to tell me that's a lie?
I left her to go to the toilet.
Listen, there we go. Right, so a woman turns around and says that she wants to come back to my hotel, and she's asking what time I'm going to leave in the morning, and she wants to know what this and that. She wants to know the ins and outs, right? And now it is what it is, and now it's an underage person. Tina, get to fuck, you fucking sad twat.
Oh wow, Ian. Oh, I hope everything. Oh wow.
Man.
Wow.
Right. So what I understood from this was that there was 2 women.
Yes.
One
Can I
was
grumpet. Did he just flounce or did he get kicked?
I don't know, but it's a case of like, it was very confusing mentioning 1 minute, like I know he's trying to explain it, I know he's had a drink or whatever, but it's because a lot of things are being thrown, and it's a case of like he hasn't had a chance. I'm not defending him, don't hate me guys, but he hasn't actually had a chance to finish one story before something else has been opened up. That's why it's chopping and changing so much. So I'm listening, and it's just like, right, he's explained the older lady that's now shaking or whatever. Like, I get that stuff, but obviously I want to go back to where he sat down having a conversation with this supposedly young girl to get that finished, so then we can then move on to the other one. Because that's the thing, we're not getting finished stories here. But again, I'm not defending him, but he's not being able to finish.
Well, I was there, and I'm just saying what happened.
Right. So, so in regards to the female young girl, yeah. How old is she?
I'm not too sure, but she looked my son's age.
We don't know for definite how old she is.
And I know that I only found out that she's in her 20s. But this girl, my son took a liking to, and they were talking all night.
So there was no minor involved?
Pardon?
Chippy, do you know what, Chippy? I was just going to say that. So everyone's been going around the internet saying it was a minor. And Chippy, you asked the question then, respectfully saying, just answer this. And no one wanted to answer it. Tina or nobody wanted to go, yeah, actually, it wasn't a minor. Was it a minor or was it not? Not how old did they look? How old were they? Because if the fact is that they're not a minor, then people have slandered a man on this app.
No. You don't listen.
Hang on, Tina. Tina, I've not finished.
I'm not interested in what she told him.
If somebody he's telling the lie about an age, saying they look young, but they're actually 25, 30, whatever, then that's not fair, is it?
Right, but she told him she was 16. He shouldn't have touched her. He shouldn't have touched her. If she says, I'm 16, that is it.
He shouldn't have done.
No, exactly.
You're right.
Wait, so is he touched more than one?
I want to ask a question for a reason, right? Was she underage? Was she 16 or under? Or did she just lie about it?
She's told him that she was 16.
I'm not asking that. I'm asking, is she 16 or under?
Kippy, respectfully, all Tina knows that she said that she was 16. That's all she knows.
Okay, Jess. Plenty.
Right, where's this girl's parents in all of this?
Her parents her mother was outside having a ciggy with me and my friends.
But these questions are the very reasons why I wanted him in the box and to ask him stuff, because I have not heard from him. All right? And this is why everybody should get a voice in every conversation. I'm sorry, but I
mean, I don't want to sound like condescending to you guys here, but like, as parents, like I'm not leaving my daughter anywhere where there's drunk men about and stuff like that. I'm not judging, but like, please, like, come on, man, just look after like the kids and that, man. Like,
Can I ask a question?
All right, cool, but girls around these situations, don't leave them alone, man.
Can I ask a question? I'm a bit confused. I'm obviously sitting in comments along with the people down there. So 1 minute something is saying she's 16, and then you said a minute ago she was in her 20 or she was 20. So that's confusing me a little bit. Like, how did you think she was 20 and how did you think she was 16? I'm not getting the story.
Because I found out that she was in her 20s.
But she told Ian that she's in 16.
But she told Ian that she was 16, so he would get away from her.
But you see, the other day...
I thought you just said there, she told you... Chippy, hang on. I thought you just said a minute ago, though, she told your son she was 16.
Yeah.
No, she told Ian that she was 16.
Yeah, but you said she told your son she was 16.
She grabs for your son.
Can I just put in a minute? And then
hold on, am I the only one that heard that, or did anybody else?
Can I just...
No.
You all rounded up on me when I said the other day that people were going around calling this man a nonce, and I wanted some sort of evidence, you all rounded up on me, and it turns out right now that this girl wasn't even underage, and that man's been for a week being called a nonce when he shouldn't have been.
Well,
And I got told this morning, Chippy, I was out of order for asking this exact same question.
Yeah.
Because I said it's not fair that he's being dragged across this app as a nonce or a bad person when there's no evidence, and everyone said, you don't need evidence, he's been a person. Bollocks.
Excuse me.
My
There
opinion
is
at
evidence.
20s is not a minor.
No, respectfully, if he's sending unsolicited pictures to women on this app that don't want them,
Yeah, but you
and abused women, and abused women
I'm
along
not
the way.
denying that, Jade. Not denying that. But
But you
on
just said
top of, no, on top of that, Jade, what's happening at the moment, what's been happening, on top of the allegations, right, that he's been messaging women, he's been doing wrong to women, which I understand is correct, right? And I'm with you on that, right? But what I didn't like was he was being called a nonce without any proof. And it turns out right now that she wasn't underage.
You know why that's been added, don't you?
To make it sound bad, worse.
Exactly. So let's say everyone can hate one person because the word nonce has been included in
Not
it.
once I called him that.
Hang
So
on, Jade. This has diluted the truth of what fucking paedophilia and nonces actually are. Once again, TikTok has just taken away what the true meaning of that word is, because it makes fucking sense in
We're
people.
not saying he's not wrong in what he's done. We're not saying that.
Exactly, Sydney.
Not once have I ever called him that.
But people have seen her.
I did not say that.
She hasn't.
I haven't.
Everyone said it over last week. Tina
hasn't said
no,
that.
I didn't. I'd never said that once.
He's a woman abuser.
She's a 16-year-old.
No, I didn't. I said my son is 16. My son got on with this girl.
You said she told your son.
You said that's why I came up, because you did say she
when
told your
Ian
son she
came
was 16.
over, can I please speak? When Ian came over to them, when me and my friend plus her mum went outside for a ciggy, Ian asked how old she is. She said, I'm 16. There you go.
Wait, so hold on. Shouldn't you be worried about this older woman trying to chat to your 16-year-old son as well?
Not really, no, because...
it's different.
I'm stopping there, me.
She looked 16. Don't turn this round on me. She looked...
Listen, I'm not turning it round, but I'm just saying, again, if it was the other way round, it's looking very bad. It doesn't matter whether it's a man or woman speaking to somebody young.
Wow, why are you turning it round?
I'm not. I'm genuinely not. I'm just saying, man.
That is proper bad.
No, honestly, girls, from a woman's point of view,
Come on, man.
At the age of 20, would you talk to a 16-year-old? Honestly.
Can I just let everybody know, right? Paedophiles are not just men. All right? There's many female paedophiles as well.
Yeah,
It works both ways.
Yeah, I agree with that statement. However, they were talking in a friendly manner about anime things. Tina, am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He's wrong. He's robbed the elderly woman. He's done all the other things to you women. Do you know what I mean? We're not saying he's wrong, but getting slandered all over the app as a person who's spoken to a 16-year-old girl, that is wild.
Well, I never said that. It was the mother who texted somebody else, and the mother, the mother who sent it to this person, she said it on the live. So that's got nothing to do with me. I'm saying what he did to me. I'm saying what he did to that other person.
You know what, Tina? I'm not here to blame anybody, right? But what I've been getting wound up at, and what I was wound up at the other day, is when people start using the word nonce, right? But there's no evidence provided, right? And I did say, you all rounded up on me because I was a bit thingy about it, right? It didn't come out right way. But what I'm trying to get at tonight is the fact that it now turns out she wasn't underage. Whether she said she was or not, she wasn't underage.
And also, Chippy, also, why would a 20-year-old tell a 16-year-old sitting beside his mum that she was 16?
You're not listening. Oh my God, for the third time.
But you did say it, Tina. You did say all the comments here. We all heard it.
Listen to me. She was sat next to my son. They were talking. My son knew how old she was. Absolutely fine. I was talking to her mum. I know her mum off here. Absolutely fine. When Ian came over, he said, how old are you? and touched her leg, and she said,
Wait a
I'm
minute, but you're
16.
contradicting yourself here
No,
because
I'm not
Mills,
contradicting
you
myself.
say that
No,
before.
I'm not.
Let me
No, I'm
explain
not.
why.
This
Let
is
me
the third
explain
time
why.
I've said it. You're not
Let me
listening.
explain why. Don't gaslight me and try and push me away and what
No,
I'm trying to
I've
say,
got it on
right?
recorded. Don't worry about it.
Let
It's fine.
Millsy speak. Let Millsy speak.
You said that the girl told your son she was 16, and now you're saying no, the girl told that she was the correct age. So which one is it? The stories are changing all the time.
And Tina, you just said
Yeah,
that
but
you know her
also-
age
You
because
said you knew her age, and she told your son what her age was. But then a minute ago you said that she was 16
Right, so
to your son. So I'm not understanding. There's too many contradictions in this story.
no, I know, I get it, but we've got to that point, right? So she wasn't 16, she was 20. So we've got rid of that scenario. But still, what he has done to these women, it is vile.
Yep.
And what he's done to his wife or his partner or whatever is vile.
But then we've got to question that now, haven't we? Because if the lie's being told about the age of a child,
No, Chippy,
of a person, right? Hold on. There are some proofs in some situations that he's done what he's done, right? But there are accusations that there's more women and more women, but he's come in here and said, well, no, there ain't that many women. It's a lie. But you've tarnished your own arguments without proof because of that one lie about the
No, Chippy.
It does tarnish it.
Chippy, can I just speak a minute? Not one of these women have called him a nonce or anything. Not one. This is people running around with, narratives about him. That's not Tina, not anyone else who's been involved in this, not Shan either. Do you know what I mean?
The suggestion has come from that boxing match.
Yeah.
Regardless of anything, he shouldn't be touching women inappropriately.
No, it's
Inappropriately anyway. He shouldn't be
we're not
touching
saying
women.
that about the women. That's completely different.
Yeah, it's a
we're
different-
trying to find out and
Regardless
pinpoint
if that
the age.
girl,
No, it's
regardless
not.
if that girl is 16, is she's 24 or 28
trying
or
to say,
42, he should not be touching her inappropriately. Facts. He shouldn't.
Right on that. But you can't listen. The insinuation that came from the app 2-3 days ago, whatever it was at the boxing he touched a minor inappropriately or made her.
Correct.
That's words that was put all over this app, which have now been founded to be bollocks. So that is calling somebody a nonce. You don't have to use
The from that is, how does anybody believe all the stuff with evidence you can't deny, right? The stuff with evidence you can't deny, but the stuff without the evidence, how can anybody now believe
Chippy,
that?
you tell me what's without evidence. You tell me.
No, I'm not. You see, you're winding up on me now.
Chippy, I'm asking you a civilised question. There's facts here. You've probably seen messages from Shan. You tell me where there's no evidence.
Right, Chippy,
I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that.
Well, you just said about the non-evidence stuff.
No. What I said was, I said that the Shan. I didn't say Shan's name, but the Shan stuff. There's messages out there. There's proof there. That's done. Dusted.
Yeah.
That's what he's done. Right.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes.
But then there's supposed to be another 19 women that he's done this to as well.
Yes.
There's no proof out there.
Okay,
Or no proof being provided. And I'm saying, without that proof, how can we then believe them stories?
Right.
No,
Without, when this story's been lied about as well. About
It's been by 20 people, has it? That he's messaged 20 people.
But he's saying it's not.
Chippy, what did I say to you this morning? And you, even to be fair, you said to me, no, you can't work on that situation, Ben. And I said, some people will jump on this and say that they was involved when they wasn't, and they will not prove any evidence to prove that they was involved. And that is exactly what's being said now.
Yeah, but Ian, don't be coming up here like you're a big man, though, because you are still a wrong one.
You've still done wrong, Ian.
You've
100%
done
right,
wrong.
listen, right. I don't deny, right, everything I've done to my ex-partner is wrong.
What, to your ex-partner? And to the women, no?
Say again?
And to the women you've been speaking to.
What women, sorry? You mean the women the women that knew I was in a relationship?
We're on about Shan here.
Ian, I know.
No, I've already gone across this, right? I've already said that Shan was the only person that wasn't aware I was in a relationship.
No, that's bollocks, because I know somebody else personally.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name it because they haven't asked to be. They've asked to stay out of it and they don't want involving. But I know.
Right. So I also know that person, and I've also spoken to them, right? But all right, okay. So anybody before this year?
Ian.
Anybody before this year, so that means take away those 2 people.
Yeah, but every time you tell a lie, say this person and this person.
Right. So take away.
Hang on,
Yeah,
hang on,
right.
hang on.
I'm protecting.
Ian.
I'm protecting the same person as you.
Ian, I haven't finished what I'm saying, so let me finish. So every time, which is what we've just argued in your favour, that when someone lies, you discredit everything else.
Okay.
Ian,
Oh, so
Ian, I've not finished.
So
Ian, I've not finished, and I've got a big gob. Trust me. So when you say no, there's only one person, and then I say no, I know there's definitely another, and you go, well, oh yeah, fair enough, there's another. It proves
okay. So there's definitely not. So there's definitely not 2. So there's more.
There's no point in lying, is there? You've been found out.
Okay. So there's no point in lying, right? So the person you've spoken to is Lisa.
No.
Right,
No?
it's just Ian. It's just said he's not going to name the person, so don't start.
No, I'll name them. So you're going to call me out. You're going to call me out and call me all the worst person in the world, and you're going to call me all these fucking people and the nonsense and stuff, right? I have not got any fucking protection to anybody. You might have. I don't. Right?
Ian, we've just refuted that. I
did have. Right? I have sat here and I have held back names for the protection of them. Right?
Can you drop him? Somebody drop him. Somebody drop him, please. Right now.
So wow.
No, he's not going to sit in here dropping names when he's being asked not to.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't let him back up now. That's done.
You be respectful in not naming people that don't want to be named, but you can call out a lie like I just did without naming someone, and you're back to the point. Yeah, okay, fair enough. But that's when you get discredited for your truth, because if you tell one lie, you're telling another lie and another lie and another lie.
Ben, but this is what, like we were saying before, you know, about fact, like you said about without facts. There's people out there who don't want to come forward, who are like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
don't want to come forward.
Is everybody okay?
There's plenty of women. There's plenty of women.
Can I just explain, right? Like, Ian told me, and this is exactly the same as I said in Alex's live on Monday. Ian told me that for the past 6 months, he was going through a fucking split up, all right? And he came to me and he pursued himself on me, right? He got me when I was at my lowest point in my whole fucking life. And Ian, I want you to listen to this, because I want you to understand what you have actually put me through. The fact that I had to message your missus on Saturday and she actively told me that yous were still together, and then I sent her the fucking evidence and she was heartbroken, it just speaks volumes to me that you can't tell the fucking truth. You really can't tell the truth, because you were even planning on coming over to see me in the next couple of weeks. I've got evidence, I've got messages, I've got everything. So please, respectfully, if you actually, right, have respect for yourself, look after yourself and your family. That's all I'm going to say. I can't stress to everybody enough. Like, this man lies through his fucking teeth. I don't care about the boxing event because I wasn't there, right? But this man is a very manipulative man. He's a fucking evil, vindictive little see you next Tuesday. And that's all I'm going to say.
That's cool, Sean. That's cool.
Right, guys, I'm going to stop this now, okay?
Yeah,
I do say, use a had your say. At the moment, he's drunk. We know he's drunk, so I don't want it to get any more arguments or anything like that. Okay, so I'm just going to shut it down.
Mind your business.
Mind your business. Thank you, Tina and Jade. We weren't going against you, honestly. We were just trying to get to the point.
Not about going against you.
No, definitely. Yeah, I understand that. I understand
No,
that.
it's just heartbreaking, because it was one of my good friends that he did it to, and I'm not going to say a name, but she was shaking. She was crying. She was shaking. And if he wants to bring up Kel and Crashley, they knew about it. They wanted to do damage to him. So, and I've got that on
I completely get it.
on a message as well. So
It's
he's
still wrong
clutching
in
at
my
straws
eyes.
with everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
clutching when people knew, and these women were silenced for months because it's their word against his. When they've got facts, they've got receipts. Do you know what I mean?
If they've got receipts, then it's not word against his, is it?
No, absolutely not. But they were shut down. They were shut down for weeks, months.
But who was shutting them down, Jay?
Yeah, I'd like to know that, because anyone that shuts them down is just as bad as someone that commits a crime.
Yeah.
Tina, who was shutting you down?
Who?
Tina,
Yeah.
who shut you down?
Who's shutting me down? So I'm just talking to my son.
Who told you nothing will happen because it's your word against theirs?
Oh, Crashly.
There you go.
Who?
Crashly.
I don't know. Crashly, who's that?
One of the
Are we in shop? Nobody. What do you want about? You can't string a sentence.
Oh, Ian, just go to sleep. Go and drink your
He's
beer.
not coming back, Tina. Just ignore it. It's not coming back up.
He's not
Ian,
coming back
don't
up.
sit there like you think you're something because
Literally.
you know what, man to man.
Oh wait,
You're
who's
a bit of a
Crashly's?
scumbag, mate. To be honest with you, you know what I mean. Treating women like that, talking to women like you have done in messages. It's a
You've
bit.
done it
shit.
before.
Wait. Who is Crashly?
When you're
DG's gifters or was
yeah,
She's an American gifter, yeah.
we can gift her.
But she was enabling him to say that you guys won't get your stuff heard. Or was she a victim?
We went to her because Kel told Crashly what had happened at the boxing.
Right.
Right, okay.
So she's made a group chat up on WhatsApp. So everybody that has been affected by Ian
Yeah.
in this group chat.
So this is the group chat.
So from that group chat, Crashly's told you not to bother.
I'll be honest, guys, they're not here
Basically,
to defend themselves.
Right.
They're not here to say anything.
No,
but they asked.
wondering why she's being shut down.
I get that, but I just feel like
They
this
should never have been shut down.
never.
What's your name? Mind your business. Sorry, I'm just going to say that. They should never have been, as women, they should never have been shut down to shut up
But
about
are you
what
being
they've been
shut-
affected.
Are you being
No,
shut
no.
down? Are you being shut down just by someone saying it's your word against theirs? It's probably not. People might not listen to it, or is that just someone saying?
No, we needed more
might not be.
evidence because she kept on saying there's no proof of this, there's no proof of that. You need evidence of that. And then when all this happened with Shan, we were friends with Shan. We were talking about Shan in another group. I'm not going to say what we were saying, but we didn't like the fact that she was with Ian and she needed to know. So
I done a deep dive on him. Yeah, I found out his surname and I googled him. He's from Liverpool. I googled him. It come up Liverpool Echo. He robbed an elderly person. Yeah. So this all come out early hours Saturday morning in Shan's live, and then Crashly was in the box with Tina, and it all come about messaging other women and being vile to other women. Shan was mortified. She said her piece. Tina said her piece, and Tina said there's a lot more, and you know about it. So the people in the boxes. Now, however, if I would have known about this months ago, I would have said something, because I've got no fucking qualms in doing that. I outed him about this woman, and women should be supporting women. Women shouldn't be silencing women. Women should be
Ian, you're not coming back up. You've had
But still, on top of that, you say Shan needed to know about it, but what did Shan actually get to know about it? That he touched a minor inappropriately, or an older woman.
no, about that is manipulating her and
that he's been messaging other women, the same
messaging different women, and we've all got the same pictures.
So
And
can I,
we've been doing it to a lot of.
I just want to ask, right? So just so people are clear, right? When did all this conversation about the boxing match come into play? Who's brought it up? When did it come up? How did it get part of the sort of outing, the awareness?
Oh, Simon, I don't know what you're on about. I don't even know what Simon's on about.
No, don't worry about comments, Jay. Don't worry about I just want to ask that question. Where did that all come from? Because, like I said, we've
I wanted Shan to know what kind of man he is, so I told her.
right.
Yeah, because my friend was really, really upset, and this girl who was sat, this woman, girl, how you want to put it, was sat next to my son, and she was really upset. My son come up to me the next day and told me what happened.
So Tina, what did you actually tell Shan though about that moment with that young girl, not young girl? What did you say, oh, he touched a woman inappropriately, or he touched an underage girl inappropriately?
No, I said, when we was at the boxing, my son come up to me the next day and said he was sat down next to this person he was talking to. She's got a job in anime, and my son loves stuff like that. And he said that he sat right next to her and started touching her leg and saying, well, how old are you then? Then she said, I'm 16. To get him away.
Right.
And just after that is when he has, I went to the bar and I said to my friend, I'm just going to the toilet, I'll be back in a minute. So it was literally the space of 4 minutes, not 2 drinks like he said, 4 minutes. And I've come back and she was sat back down by the time I got there, and she was dead upset. It was like, what the hell's happened? And she said he just grabbed my hand and put it on his D.
Okay.
Ian, don't be threatening people in here.
I know, I don't know who thinks he is.
He's threatened me loads of times, it's alright.
But just for the conversation, she is not. He shouldn't have done that, obviously, right?
No.
Once he's been told that that's her age, he should have respected that and said absolutely no, right? So we get that, right? Mm-hmm. But can we just clarify? She is not underage. She is more like 20 or whatever, isn't she?
What I'm failing to understand. I'm failing to understand as well how it went down. Did he touch her leg before she said she was 16, or afterwards, or during, or
I don't know, Josh, did he?
Do you get what I mean? Because when people are drunk, I can see it in my head as an observer. There are those drunk people that will come over straight away and then touch you.
Yeah.
I can get that, so I don't understand the process of it all. I'm not saying it's right. It's all fucking don't touch nobody. But I'm just trying to figure out, did he? You get what I mean? Like,
even if a woman's in her 50s and she says, don't touch me, you don't touch her.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
Don't touch anyone.
Yeah, he shouldn't have touched her anyway. It doesn't matter if she was 50. He shouldn't touch her.
But all I want to do is, you girls,
the mum was 30. No, she wasn't.
you should have your story heard, right? And you should have it. It should be out there about what he is. But at the same time, it is not fair that a man or anybody else.
The mother wasn't there, Millsy.
Gets
You're not
dragged
listening to a
through.
word I'm saying.
It's not fair that a man gets dragged through for another reason that's not true, as in being called a nonce. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's just that's people running with the chippy. Do you know what I mean? That's not okay. That's not okay.
No,
I don't agree with that. Because in my eyes, he's not touching an underage person. But what he is a woman abuser.
Yeah, fine.
The mum,
and I get that. Yeah.
Amanda and
I agree with you.
The mum had come outside for a cigarette with us. When we've got back, he's done that when we've gone out for a cigarette. Can people not hear me or something?
We can hear you, Tina. We can hear you.
It's just, I don't know why they're trying to say the mum was there. Why did the mum do this? Why didn't the mum do that? The mother wasn't there. She was having a cig outside with me and a few of my other friends. And my other friends are in here, and if they want to ask them, they'll put it.
What I think isn't clear is when he went up to her originally and he was sitting next to her, did he touch her first on the leg before she said he was 16 or after? If she said she was 16 after it and then he's got up and walked away, then he's realised that she's younger and done it. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't have done it in the first place, however, it's an important part of the story, right?
The toilet was when he did that to the girl. A smoke was when he did it to the woman. Can you not listen?
I can listen
you,
with
I'm not
my
talking
ears.
to you,
Yes,
Melody.
do not speak to me as if I am
speaking to you, Melody.
stupid.
She's not speaking to you. She's speaking to the comments.
I'm talking to Chelsea. See the truth, I was with you. Thank you, Bonnie.
Right.
Thank you.
Guys, I'm shutting this down. It needs to be shut. We're not getting anywhere at this time.
you know what it? Do you know what it is, Sid? There, the reason why it's not going anywhere where it needs to go is because there's so many inconsistencies to this story. That's
Exactly, Ben, exactly. And from sitting in comments, listening to it from down there, it's all over the place. The story's all over the place.
If it was
I'm
a
not
straight-
talking about the girls and what's happened in messages. I totally that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the age thing and how it happened. The stories have just been so different from.
Millsy, if it was just one straight like story, the storyline all added up straight from A to B to C to D.
Correct.
In fact, but it's not. It's going A, F, K, J, B, Y.
Exactly.
This isn't fair on Reindeer either because she's not feeling comfortable. So I'm going to shut it down.
Basically, the moral of the story, there was 2 incidents at the boxing, and yeah.
And he shouldn't have touched either one of them. End of.
Yeah, I agree.
That's cool.
Thank you for coming up, ladies. Thank you.
Bye.
All right, guys.
Can I just say one thing, right? For anyone that's coming into these lives and listening to the conversations going on in these boxes, have a little bit of respect in the comments and read the fucking room, okay? Because the comments that I have seen in this live tonight of people making fucking jokes about shit is disgusting.
Did you block anybody, Kez?
No, I didn't. I just let other people deal with it. But when you hear things like that being discussed in boxes, do not fucking sit in the comments and fucking make jokes, okay? Because it is fucking disgusting. Read the fucking room.
Ian, I don't want to chat to you offline. I think you're a cunt.
No way.
Yeah, and I'm with you on that. I've listened to it, and
Ian, you are still a wrong one.
yeah, it's
I'm
still what
sorry.
you've done, Ian, is absolute bullshit.
Actually, no, I'm not
Stanley, it's not fucking what you do to your partners. You know, I've gone through divorce. I lived with my
We're not
ex.
going against these women.
No.
Honestly, we're not going against these women.
I lived with my ex, Ian, for 2 years separated in the same house. You know what I didn't do? Is bringing in women home, talk to women behind the scenes, and having the affairs. Because for me, there could have still been built a relationship or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Even if I were to move out and nothing happened, you don't do that shit, mate. You move, cut your ties completely, then you think about it. You know what I mean?